This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand for the morning of January 23rd, 2023. I'm Wes Mills. Plans for a $2.4 billion electric vehicle battery manufacturing plant in St. Joseph County are reportedly on hold indefinitely. Numerous publications report General Motors and South Korea-based LG Energy Solution failed to come to an agreement on building a fourth plant through their Ultium Cells joint venture. The partners were considering a 600-acre site in the town of New Carlisle. South Bend Regional Chamber of Commerce CEO Jeff Ray says GM could still proceed with plans to build a new plant in Indiana with a new partner.
It just may mean that they approach it in a different direction, and we haven't been in any conversations about what a different direction might look like, but we're still in conversation with them about building stuff here, and we're hopeful that something will advance at some point.
GM and LG are still partnering on EV battery plants in Ohio, Michigan, and Tennessee. Fort Benjamin Harrison has gone from a key Army base during World Wars I and II to an emerging live, work, and play destination in Marion County. The installation was closed in 1996 by the Department of Defense. Since then, the site has seen more than $200 million in investment, bringing residential neighborhoods, restaurants, retail, and more. Lawrence Mayor Steve Collier talked about the transformation during an appearance on Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick.
Kind of put a bottom line on it. What's the impact of this transformation?
Yeah, so actually, I think we've begun to realize this is going to become the new downtown of the city of Lawrence, and so we've worked very hard to make that happen. A lot of the things that come and a lot of the investment in the city certainly provides a type opportunity for people to come in here and to settle. During the pandemic, we went about intentionally making sure and participating in our restaurants that grew up, our locally owned restaurants that grew up. All of those things were happening, and that began to attract even bigger and greater investments.
A group of architects is pushing the Indiana legislature to reestablish the state's historic preservation tax credit for commercial buildings. The credit was eliminated in 2016 and replaced with a grant program. The Indiana chapter of the American Institute of Architects has been working with House and Senate lawmakers to build support for the proposals. They'd like the tax credit reinstituted to encourage developers to rehab vacant, deteriorating institutional structures in communities throughout the state. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.
In today's business environment, every company is a tech company. Interested in learning more about emerging technology trends that can make an impact on your strategy in 2023? Join us February 15th for IBJ's Technology Power Breakfast to hear from top tech entrepreneurs, investors, and up-and-comers. Our panelists will dive into key issues and trends that will inspire fresh ideas. RSVP or reserve a corporate table for 10 by February 9th at ibj.com/events.
Has your company grown at a rapid pace over the last 2 years? Nominations are now being accepted for Fast 25, IBJ's exclusive list of fastest growing companies in Central Indiana. Honorees will be spotlighted in a special publication in the IBJ and celebrated at an event on May 9th. Check out the changes to this year's criteria to see if your company qualifies. Learn more and submit your nomination by March 1st at ibj.com/nominations.
Columbus-based Cummins will today celebrate the opening of the powertrain maker's first Technical Education for Communities location in Indiana. The global program targets technical skill gaps through local vocational educational training. It's located at Arsenal Technical High School on the Near East Side of Indianapolis. The new tech program is one of only 5 in the U.S. and 24 worldwide. Mary Chandler is Vice President of Community Relations and Corporate Responsibility for Cummins.
Back in 2010, 11, 12, we were seeing huge skills gaps in our communities, high unemployment rate for young people. And at the same time, employers had open positions for good paying jobs that required technical skill sets. So the impetus for Cummins Tech was to fill that skills gap and especially provide opportunity for less advantaged young people.
The Indianapolis program will focus on providing training for future diesel engine service technicians. Construction on a $32 million welcome center at the Indiana-Illinois border along Interstate 70 eastbound is slated to start this summer, according to the Tribune-Star. The current welcome center, which opened in 1992, will be demolished. INDOT expects the project be completed by the fall of 2024 or spring of 25. This project is part of INDOT's broader $500 million plans to improve the state's 26 rest area or welcome center facilities by the end of fiscal year 2030. Switzerland-based Endres Hauser plans to invest $33 million to expand in Johnson County. Our partners at the Daily Journal report the measurement instrumentation provider is looking to build a 120,000 square foot commercial office and light industrial facility on the south side of Greenwood and create at least 75 jobs. The new facility would be located west of the company's current Greenwood site. I'm Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.